Alright, another update of the Credit Valley Railway in N-scale. September of 1900. This you're looking at now is Broadway in Orangeville. I've done the footprints, 2 rows. Broadway is actually 100 feet across. It was made in an era where the farmers wanted to back their wagons up to be loaded at the stores. Coming across, a little bit of cutouts made for the circus in the valley there. Coming around the corner into Orangeville Yard and then bakery in the back with the little outhouse. I've got some buildings put up, some footprints for those that are not there. Plastic bags in the back are the wiring and the servos and a couple of Arduinos to power the 21 switches that are in the yard here. Coming across, slowly coming across. I still have not gotten the turntable section back. It went to a friend of mine to be cut to size. And then the poor gentleman had an accident on his e-bike and has not been able to get to his workshop. He has an injured knee. See the little buildings. There's a reefer there, the boiler house in the back. In the corner, that footprint represents Bachelor Estates. Coming around the corner. To facilitate testing, I have taken the wires off the bus to isolate each area. Coming around, coming in to Shepherd Logging. Footprints there, a couple of buildings put out. Moving along. Sorry for the shaky phone, but Old Shep's office up in the back. The Melville station is in place. It's half built. It needs the windows and doors and the details and weathering, of course. Coming through Melville, you can see I've got the quilt batten up to set my landforms. My next step will be to cover this with glue and basic ground foam. Coming across that low area there with the arrow shows the direction of the Credit River. This is Alton. As you can see, I put up a couple of buildings. There's footprints for the ones. As I get more kits, they will be added to this area. It's still a little sparse. Coming across, there's a farm up on the back behind the track there. So far it doesn't have a name. I've got nobody to name it after. Usually name things after either who I get them from or helpers. In the back, that big white area is for the Churches Falls sawmill. In front of the slash burner is the station. Coming around. Still have not put in the turntable. That's a work in progress. That's going to be powered by an Arduino. That particular turntable will just be straight in 180 and come back out. Coming across to the town of Churches Falls proper, you can see the team track, the first block of buildings facing the track, and going across more areas where I've put the quilt batten. Doesn't really show up on the video here, but the batten is tinted green. And this is where it exits, going off to the Helix. I'll just show the Helix again here. Not much has been done with it. There will be these 2 pieces here. A switch and 2 tracks which represent the staging coming from Elora. Now as I come down here, I have added This is my Arduino-based DCC system and a Raspberry Pi with JMRI to control it. It's still not wired up though. In the back here, I'm going to be using the auto tail light bulbs as circuit protectors in the short term until I can get the proper ones. In the back there is a doorbell transformer which will power the turnout motors unless I can find a way to up the power of my DCC system so it can power them. Coming across here, the only thing added in the forks area is the batten. Down the bottom there will be the river. It will flow towards the edge of the layout on this side. Coming across, as we move across here, we have the service area, forks of the credit, the forks of the credit station in the back. I have to fill that in. It'll be an open face quarry. They're digging into the side of the hill. Coming across here, you can see the green on the batten a little better. The large bridge there will actually be a big trestle. Coming across here, this first building on the right is the Brimstone Cooperage. It'll be 3 sections. I've taken one of the RS laser kits and kit bashed it. Then we have the Bell Fountain Furniture Company out front and the Credit Valley tile and brick in the back. Coming across, the white piece of paper with that arrow on it tells which direction the river is flowing. And we head into Sligo, which is the largest town, other than Orangeville, on the layout. It will have lots of buildings. Some of them are out of place. You can see here where we're changing the footprint of the Hamilton Northwestern track. It's got to swing around and come behind the station. This here is the station, and that which goes in here. That's the station and the freight shed. So the Hamilton Northwestern track will actually go behind the station and then off the front of the layout. But as you can see, lots of buildings will go on in here. When I get to designing this section, I'm going to do it on one piece of masonite. Take the entire town, put it on one piece of masonite on my workbench, build it, and then bring it and set it in here, and then meld it into the station, or into the layout. Coming out, and we're still heading south. Now here's a passenger train we're just about to test, and until I get the proper decals on this, there's just a sticky on the top of the tender with a number. That's the locomotive number. Coming around the cabin on the hill once again. I'm still going to fix that up a bit, add more trees. In the back corner here, as you can see, the Philby Farm, the river coming out. That building at the back will be Spalding Mill. And there's a general store and the loading ramp at Boston Mills. Coming across, this is for my friend Scott Garner, his farm. The Boston Mill station will actually be here. I just have to level that area when I build it. Coming across, we have Cheltenham Station, little servicing area, water, and the freight station. Cheltenham, the town, is actually probably where I'm standing, so this road here will come off the front of the layout. Coming around, I've put the buildings out for Agater Farm. It's a little farm in the area. Coming around, you can see I've got one wire there that needs to be resoldered, so I've pulled it right up to remind me. Coming around here, Matheson Farm is now set in place. You can see by the batten around the farm itself that I have to finish the scenery in this area. And that's the ending and just the field out to the side. And again, you can tell I need more scenery. This is just the beginning. And we are back out. And that's an overview pan of the layout. Looking into the corner there, you can see we have 2 layers with a valance. Anyway, thank you very much.